Welcome, fellow seekers of legendary tales, to Spellbound Stories. Today we embark on an epic journey into the heart of Greek mythology, delving deep into the mythic odyssey of one of its most revered heroes, Hercules. Prepare to be enthralled as we unravel the layers of his legend, from his divine birth to his extraordinary feats, and discover the timeless lessons woven within his story. Hercules, son of Zeus and Alcmene, was destined for greatness from the moment of his conception. But greatness often comes at a price, and Hercules' path was fraught with trials and tribulations unlike any other mortal or demigod had ever faced. Yet through sheer strength, courage, and wit, he overcame each challenge, leaving an indelible mark on the tapestry of Greek mythology. In this captivating exploration, we will journey alongside Hercules as he confronts the monstrous foes and daunting tasks assigned to him by King Eurystheus, each labor more daunting than the last. From the slaying of the Nimian lion to the harrowing descent into the depths of Hades, we will witness the unwavering resolve of a hero driven by honor and duty. But Hercules' story is not merely one of physical prowess, it is also a tale of redemption, forgiveness, and the enduring power of the human spirit. We will delve into the complexities of his character, from his moments of triumph to his tragic flaws, and uncover the universal truths hidden within his myth. So join me, Black, your guide through this mythic odyssey, as we traverse the landscapes of ancient Greece, encountering gods, monsters, and everything in between. And remember, as we embark on this journey together, don't forget to subscribe to Spellbound Stories for more captivating tales every Monday and Thursday. Now let us begin our quest into the realm of Hercules. Chapter 1. The Birth of a Hero. In the realm of ancient Greece, where gods and mortals intertwined, the birth of Hercules heralded the dawn of a new era. Born of the divine union between Zeus, king of the gods, and Alcmene, a mortal woman of exceptional beauty and virtue, Hercules was destined for greatness from the moment of his conception. Yet even before his birth, the seeds of Hercules' destiny were sown in treachery and deceit. Jealous of Zeus's affection for Alcmene, Hera, queen of the gods and wife of Zeus, sought to thwart the prophecy foretelling the birth of a child who would one day rule over all. In a cruel twist of fate, Hera orchestrated the premature birth of Hercules' half-brother Eurystheus, ensuring that he would be the one to ascend the throne instead. But Zeus, ever the cunning strategist, thwarted Hera's plans by concealing Hercules' true lineage, allowing him to be raised as a mortal among mortals. And so Hercules grew up unaware of his divine heritage, his strength and valor evident even in his youth. But as he matured, whispers of his true identity began to surface, and it wasn't long before the gods themselves took notice of the mortal who bore the blood of Olympus in his veins. Thus the stage was set for the epic saga of Hercules, a hero whose deeds would echo through the annals of history for eternity. But little did he know the trials and tribulations that awaited him, challenges that would test his resolve and shape his destiny in ways he could never have imagined. Chapter 2. Trials of Strength. Hercules and the Nimian Lion. As Hercules grew into manhood, tales of his extraordinary strength spread far and wide, capturing the attention of both mortals and immortals alike. It wasn't long before his prowess caught the eye of King Eurystheus, who saw in Hercules the perfect instrument to carry out his will. And so it was decreed that Hercules must embark on a series of trials, known as the 12 labors, as punishment for a crime committed in a fit of madness. The first of these labors would test his mettle like never before, the slaying of the fearsome Nimian lion. The Nimian lion, a creature of monstrous proportions with a hide impenetrable to mortal weapons, had terrorized the land of Nemea for years, striking fear into the hearts of its inhabitants. But Hercules, undaunted by the challenge, set out to confront the beast head-on. Armed with his strength and cunning, Hercules tracked the lion to its lair, a dark and foreboding cave hidden deep within the rocky cliffs. With each step, the air grew heavy with tension, anticipation mingling with the scent of fear. As Hercules entered the lion's den, he was met with a fearsome roar that echoed through the cavernous depths, sending shivers down his spine. But he stood his ground, his resolve unshaken, as he prepared to face his adversary. The battle that ensued was like none other, a clash of titans that reverberated through the very earth itself. With every blow, Hercules tested the limits of his strength, each strike bringing him closer to victory or defeat. But Hercules was not alone in his struggle. With the guidance of Athena, goddess of wisdom and strategy, he devised a plan to overcome the lion's seemingly invincible defenses. Drawing upon his ingenuity, Hercules lured the beast into a trap, using his brute force to subdue it before delivering the final fatal blow. And so, with the death of the Nimian lion, Hercules emerged victorious, his triumph a testament to the indomitable spirit of mankind. But little did he know that greater challenges lay ahead, each more perilous than the last. Chapter 3. Hydra's Venom. Hercules battles the Lernaean Hydra. Having emerged triumphant from his confrontation with the Nimian lion, Hercules' legend continued to grow, spreading like wildfire across the land. But his respite was short-lived, for King Eurystheus wasted no time in setting forth the next labor that would test the limits of Hercules' strength and courage. The second labor tasked to Hercules was none other than the slaying of the fearsome Lernaean Hydra, a monstrous serpent with multiple heads, each capable of regenerating should it be severed. This Hydra, offspring of the ancient gods Typhon and Echidna, had terrorized the marshes of Lerna for centuries, its venomous breath laying waste to all who dared to approach. Undeterred by the daunting nature of his task, Hercules set out once more, his heart ablaze with determination and purpose. Guided by the wisdom of his divine lineage and armed with the knowledge bestowed upon him by the gods, he ventured into the murky depths of the Hydra's lair, prepared to face whatever horrors awaited him. As Hercules confronted the Hydra, he found himself faced with a foe unlike any he had encountered before. With each strike of his sword, 2 more heads would sprout forth in its place, the creature's regenerative powers seemingly unstoppable. Yet Hercules refused to yield to despair, drawing upon every ounce of his strength and ingenuity to devise a plan of attack. With the aid of his nephew Iolaus, he wielded fire to cauterize the Hydra's necks, preventing them from regenerating and slowly but surely whittling down its formidable defenses. But the Hydra was not without its tricks, and as Hercules battled on, he found himself ensnared in the creature's coils, its venomous breath threatening to overwhelm him. In a desperate bid for survival, he called upon his allies for aid, invoking the blessings of Hera herself to guide him through the darkness. And so, with the combined might of Hercules and his companions, the Hydra was finally laid low, its reign of terror brought to an end at last. But the scars of battle ran deep, and Hercules knew that his trials were far from over. Chapter 4. Capturing the Golden Hind. Hercules' quest for Artemis. With the Hydra vanquished and his reputation as a hero solidified, Hercules found himself faced with yet another daunting task assigned by King Eurystheus. This time he was tasked with capturing the elusive Golden Hind, a sacred creature blessed by the goddess Artemis herself. The Golden Hind, a magnificent deer with shimmering golden fur, was said to possess incredible speed and agility, making it a formidable quarry for even the most skilled of hunters. But for Hercules, no challenge was too great to overcome, and so he set out on his quest with unwavering determination. Guided by the whispers of the wind and the wisdom of his divine lineage, Hercules tracked the Golden Hind through dense forests and treacherous terrain, each step bringing him closer to his elusive prey. But the creature was cunning, and time and again it eluded his grasp, disappearing into the shadows as swiftly as it had appeared. Undeterred by setbacks and obstacles, Hercules pressed on, his resolve unshakable even in the face of adversity. With the aid of his keen instincts and unyielding determination, he eventually cornered the Golden Hind, trapping it within a circle of fire and snaring it with his mighty hands. But as Hercules prepared to return triumphant with his prize, he was confronted by a vision of Artemis herself, radiant and fierce in her divine majesty. The goddess demanded that he release the Golden Hind, for it was a sacred creature under her protection, and to harm it would incur her wrath. For a moment, Hercules hesitated, torn between his duty to King Eurystheus and his reverence for the divine. But in the end, his sense of honor prevailed, and he released the Golden Hind unharmed, earning the favor of Artemis and securing his place as a champion of justice and virtue. And so, with his quest completed and his reputation as a hero further cemented, Hercules returned to King Eurystheus's court, his heart filled with pride and his spirit ablaze with the promise of greater adventures yet to come. Chapter 5. Cleansing the Augean Stables. Having returned from his quest for the Golden Hind, Hercules was once again summoned by King Eurystheus to undertake yet another labor of great importance. This time Hercules was tasked with a seemingly insurmountable challenge, the cleansing of the Augean stables. The Augean stables, home to a vast herd of cattle belonging to King Augeas, had become a symbol of neglect and decay, their once pristine halls now fouled by years of accumulated filth. King Eurystheus saw in this labor an opportunity to test Hercules' strength and resolve like never before. Undeterred by the enormity of the task before him, Hercules set out to cleanse the stables, his mind focused and his muscles tensed for the arduous work ahead. But as he approached the foul-smelling walls, he realized that brute force alone would not suffice to achieve his goal. Drawing upon the wisdom of his divine lineage, Hercules devised a plan to divert the course of two mighty rivers, the Alpheus and the Peneus, channeling their waters through the stables and washing away the years of accumulated filth in a torrential flood. With the strength of a demigod and the cunning of a strategist, Hercules labored tirelessly, digging trenches and redirecting the flow of the rivers with a single-minded determination. And as the waters rushed through the stables, cleansing them of their impurities, Hercules stood tall amidst the deluge, his mission accomplished and his honor restored. But his victory was short-lived, for King Eurystheus, ever the schemer, refused to acknowledge the legitimacy of Hercules' labor, claiming that the hero had enlisted the aid of others to accomplish his task. And so, once again, Hercules found himself embroiled in the political machinations of mortal men, his reputation tarnished by the doubts and suspicions of those who sought to undermine his achievements. Yet despite the injustices he faced and the obstacles that stood in his path, Hercules remained steadfast in his resolve, his spirit unbroken, and his determination unwavering. For he knew that true greatness lay not in the accolades of kings and rulers, but in the strength of character and the nobility of purpose that defined him as a hero. Chapter 6. The Golden Apples of the Hesperides. As Hercules' legend continued to grow, so too did the magnitude of the tasks laid before him by King Eurystheus. The next labor assigned to Hercules was perhaps the most daunting yet, the retrieval of the golden apples of the Hesperides. The golden apples, said to grant immortality to those who partook of their divine flesh, were guarded zealously by the Hesperides, nymphs entrusted with their protection by the goddess Hera herself. Hidden within a secret garden at the edge of the world, the apples were beyond the reach of mortal men, their allure drawing heroes and adventurers from far and wide. Undeterred by the seemingly insurmountable odds, Hercules set out on his quest, guided by the whispers of the wind and the flickering light of distant stars. With each step he drew closer to the fabled garden, his heart filled with a sense of purpose and his mind ablaze with determination. But as Hercules approached the garden of the Hesperides, he found himself confronted by a series of trials and obstacles designed to test his worthiness. From the serpentine coils of the dragon laden to the enchanting song of the sirens, every step brought him closer to his goal yet further from his grasp. Yet, through sheer force of will and unyielding resolve, Hercules persevered, overcoming each challenge with strength and cunning. With the aid of his nephew Iolaus, he outwitted the dragon laden, lulling it into a deep slumber with the sweet melody of Orpheus's lyre. And so at last, Hercules stood before the sacred tree bearing the golden apples, its branches heavy with the weight of divine fruit. With a steady hand and a heart full of hope, he plucked the apples from their boughs, their golden glow illuminating the darkness of the night. But his victory was short-lived, for as he turned to leave the garden, he found himself confronted by the furious gaze of Atlas, the Titan condemned to bear the weight of the heavens upon his shoulders. Determined to reclaim the apples for himself, Atlas challenged Hercules to take his place, promising to deliver the apples to King Eurystheus in his stead. Yet, despite the allure of immortality and the temptation of power, Hercules refused to yield to Atlas's demands, standing firm in his commitment to honor and integrity. And so, with the aid of Athena, goddess of wisdom and strategy, he outwitted the Titan and reclaimed the golden apples for himself, securing his place as a true hero of legend. Chapter 7. Hercules' Descent into the Underworld. Having successfully retrieved the golden apples of the Hesperides, Hercules' reputation as a hero of unparalleled skill and valor spread far and wide. Yet even as he basked in the glory of his triumphs, he knew that greater challenges lay ahead, each more perilous than the last. It was during this time that Hercules received a summons from King Eurystheus, who tasked him with a labor that would test the very limits of his courage and resolve. to journey into the depths of the underworld and retrieve the three-headed hound Cerberus, guardian of the realm of the dead. Undeterred by the prospect of facing the horrors of the underworld, Hercules set out on his quest, guided by the flickering light of torches and the whispers of the shadows. With each step, he descended deeper into the darkness, his heart heavy with the weight of his mission, and his mind filled with thoughts of the loved ones he had lost. As Hercules ventured further into the depths of Hades, he encountered a myriad of challenges and obstacles designed to thwart his progress. From the spectral guardians of the river Styx to the wailing souls of the damned, every step brought him closer to his goal, yet further from the light of the living. But Hercules was undaunted, his spirit unbroken and his determination unwavering in the face of adversity. With the aid of his cunning and the strength of his mighty arms, he overcame each trial with skill and resolve, pressing ever onward towards his ultimate destination. At last, Hercules stood before the gates of the underworld, where Cerberus lay in wait, his three heads snarling and his eyes blazing with fury. With a steady hand and a heart full of courage, Hercules faced the beast head-on, his muscles tensed and his senses sharp as he prepared to confront his final challenge. But as Hercules approached Cerberus, he was struck by a sudden realization. The hound was not a mere monster to be conquered, but a guardian of the dead, bound by duty and honor to fulfill his role. And so, with compassion in his heart and understanding in his eyes, Hercules subdued Cerberus with a gentle touch, earning the creature's respect and gratitude in return. And so, with Cerberus at his side, Hercules emerged from the depths of the underworld, his mission accomplished and his legend secure for all eternity. But little did he know that his greatest trials were yet to come, each more daunting than the last, as he continued his quest to earn his place among the gods themselves. Chapter 8. The 12 Labors, Trials of Divine Origin. Hercules, having completed his labor of retrieving Cerberus from the depths of the underworld, returned to the mortal realm with his legendary reputation further solidified. But it was the culmination of his 12 labors that truly defined him as the greatest hero of Greek mythology. The 12 Labors, a series of seemingly impossible tasks assigned to Hercules by King Eurystheus, were devised to atone for the crime committed in a fit of madness induced by the goddess Hera. Each labor was more perilous than the last, testing Hercules' strength, cunning, and resilience in ways that mere mortals could scarcely comprehend. From the slaying of the Nimian lion to the cleansing of the Augean stables, Hercules faced challenges of divine origin that would have deterred even the bravest of souls. But with each trial, he proved himself to be more than just a mortal man. He was a demigod, blessed with the blood of Olympus and the spirit of a hero. Yet it was not merely physical prowess that allowed Hercules to overcome his trials. It was his indomitable will, his unwavering sense of duty, and his unshakable resolve that carried him through the darkest of times. Whether facing the ferocious Hydra or capturing the elusive Golden Hind, Hercules approached each labor with a determination unmatched by any who came before him. But perhaps it was the lessons learned along the way that truly defined Hercules as a hero. From the humility gained through his encounter with Atlas to the compassion shown to Cerberus in the depths of the underworld, Hercules embodied the virtues of honor, integrity, and selflessness that set him apart from all others. And so, as Hercules stood before King Eurystheus, his 12 labors completed and his legend secured for all eternity, he knew that his journey was far from over. For though he had achieved greatness beyond measure, there were still challenges yet to come, each more daunting than the last. Join me as we delve deeper into the mythic odyssey of Hercules, unraveling the mysteries of his legendary exploits and discovering the timeless lessons hidden within his tale. And remember, subscribe to Spellbound Stories for more captivating adventures every Monday and Thursday.